Hello, hello, responsible day traders. Today is Wednesday, the 7th. I started a couple of recordings over the last couple days, and I really haven't done much with them. The first day, there was no audio, and I put a video up about that. Right now, I'm reloading my data. I went to eat and brought my laptop with me, and when you close up your laptop and you don't shut it down, it'll create these long bars and not show you what really happened during that. I mean, in the long run, we know what happened. It moved up. But, yeah, I did it twice. Once for a much longer period. So I'm going to let that kind of regroup and reload the data, and then we'll go from there. Oh, but while that's happening, I can bring up this lovely daily chart. Where is it? Right here. So the daily chart is not doing what I anticipated per se, but doesn't mean it still doesn't have the chance. Now, we know when we get that big sharp V pivot that it does a snap back if the EMAs don't follow through. Well, it doesn't usually stop at the first place, does it? So first place was right here, didn't stop. Next little place right here, not stopping. But what we may see are these MACDs pull up and roll off the zero line here. Who knows? They may push through and continue to the upside, and we may start to see pivots and pushes to the upside. But I guess we'll just have to watch and see what happens. I'm looking at the possibilities, even with waiting for a reload right now. We're at a resistance area. It's held up a little bit. We do have a lower MACDs, but we can see what's been happening. That continues to happen. Those lower MACDs, it does its job. It pushes it back, but it still seems to push it right back into those areas to continue to the upside, right? So we can see the divergence here doing its job, pushing it down. Very weak retracement. There's that, yeah, right here. Weak retracement. I think, okay, is it going to turn around here? We've got a lot of distance back, and it doesn't. But there are signals on our higher tick charts that is exactly what are on our lower tick chart. So that is exactly what's happening when it pulls back into these areas and bounces off of them and gives movement in that direction. So I'm just going to pause this while we're waiting for this to finish up. For the record, still waiting. It is, I had to close it out, restart it. It wasn't doing anything. So I guess we'll see if it reloads in a moment. Alrighty, daddy. I'm back, everybody. Okay. Now everything is back in tune. I'm not sure what happened back here, but it's nice to see. The FOMC actually comes out. There's nothing today. Okay, so what does that tell me? What's going on here? Did this nice sharp pull down. It's giving that V like we saw on the daily chart. Show the reasons for it to snap back. This really should push down a little bit further from here first. See my first sign of a slowdown on the 233. The 610 is just because of areas. I'd have to be quick on the exit. The short already happened right in here, and it's holding up at a top Bollinger Band. So what I might see happening is a little bit of a pullback, maybe. What I keep expecting to happen are things like a head and shoulders here and it pushing down. But with the strength that we've had to the upside, that's not something we want to keep putting ourselves through, I guess you could say. I mean, could it happen? Absolutely. But we got to be really aware as to where the exit would be at that point. The next question, I guess, would be, is there a long to take? There was back here. Right here, it gives a couple little areas to follow with your risk, but you'd want to be real quick and tight on that. So I'm arguing in my head over the short and the long here, because the MACDs on the bigger tick charts are set up for the shorts, while on the lower they're set up for the longs. But they're also showing on 1597 that these MACDs have reached an extreme pivot area as we're seeing those BBs turn white. I'm learning more about them, but we're watching these BBs turn white. So can it continue after that? Yes, it definitely can. Maybe even something similar to this before it snaps back. But there's where my issue lies right now. The only way to overcome that is by repetition of doing the right thing. I just slingshotted up so hard and couldn't even cross that top one. Okay, I really could have caught this earlier. I was way late on waiting for this. It's because I feel like I'm trading into an area and we're really showing signals of breaking through it. I think I'm more concerned about a deeper pullback, which if it happens, we'll just look for the next entry. And I had a high probability entry back here that gave me lots of room to keep my risk. Part of that probably has to do with the fact that I told myself I wasn't trading at all this week, and here I am. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hit close on this one. This could still keep going up, but the way that these are pulling away from the Bollinger Bands tells me that it could really snap back. The fact that I just got a reversal bar on both of these charts and the potential for one here, I think I'm all right with that profit. Just to see that, you know, this is all I've done today or the last few days. And you may ask, why not this one to push back, and why not this one to push back? Because you have to have more in tune than that. The other indicators were still saying, we got a little bit more to go, we got a little bit more steam in us, and it was creating that difference between the longer term trend and what's happening with the price in order to really see the movement in the opposite direction. And when you understand how the indicators work, when you understand that we're reading patterns and looking for the ones more likely, I mean, you're a market psychologist. You're looking at the habits, you're looking at the behaviors, you're anticipating what's going to happen. Are we always right? Is every psychologist perfect and can understand exactly what's going on with each patient? No. But here we have a lot of things that were in favor of that going in our direction. It's hard on days like this. And I say, you know, if it was easy, everybody would be doing this. It's hard, but it's worthwhile. And it really, truly takes trusting yourself. I have been working on trusting myself to take these traits for the longer term. Look really quick. Let's just go back to it for just a moment, and then I'm going to shut it down. You can see it pulled back into that area, and it gave us a reason for the move to the upside, but we're right in the same space we were before. Everything's heading down. We want to wait till everything gets in tune and then pop back up, even if it's going to go back up from here. Following your risk along and getting out whenever it starts to go against, and moving that risk along keeps you from losing all the points as it pulls all the way back here. So, all right, guys, that's going to be it. I hope that everybody has a wonderful Wednesday. If you have any questions, definitely let me know. And, or whatever day you may be watching this, since I am putting this in the vault. I'll catch y'all on the profitable side.